Hi, this is Vicki. Welcome to Mountain Valley Natural Living. Today we're going to be making my anti-aging tallow face and body balm. So let's get everything ready. I was at the market last week and I sold out of it. So we're going to go ahead and make some more today. What I already have here is 1 cup of melted tallow. I like melting it in these mason jars because you have the numbers on the side so you know when you have a cup. This is a little bit over a cup, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then these, I have 1/8 of a cup of pure organic apricot kernel oil and 1/8 of a cup of pure cold press hexane free castor oil. And so what I'm going to do, I heated this up to 165 to wake up all the good properties in tallow. And in this particular batch, since it's summertime, I put some Kokum Butter. This is organic Kokum Butter. It's a hard butter. I put 6 ounces, or 6 grams, excuse me, 6 grams of this in there, and that keeps it a little bit firmer in the summertime when it's 80 or 90 degrees out and we're at the markets. But in the wintertime, you don't really need to do that. You don't need to do it in the summer either, but I just prefer to. And it even gives it more properties because this is a wonderful butter. It's a light, non-greasy moisturizer. It can be used alone or in combination with other skincare ingredients, which is what we're doing. And this apricot kernel oil, this is rich in vitamin A, and it naturally nourishes and hydrates your skin. It smooths skin to reduce the appearance of aging, and it relieves dry, itchy skin. It can also condition your hair while adding moisture and shine. Just a little FYI. So now I'm going to go ahead and add these all together. This is my castor oil. This is my other oil, my apricot kernel oil. I'm going to stir those good. And then I will add my vitamin E oil, 2 or 3 drops, 1, 2, 3. That adds a little bit more preservative and it gives it a little bit more moisturizing properties, which is also very good for your skin. So we'll give that a good stir. And now I add my frankincense and myrrh, which is wonderful, ancient, anti-aging essential oils, and they're all organic. I only use organic oils. And I add 15 drops of the frankincense and only 5 drops of the myrrh. It's MYRRH, in case you're wondering. Frankincense is FRANKINCENSE, frankincense. It doesn't give this balm much of a smell, but you know, a lot of people don't really like smells when they're putting it on their face. So we'll do 15, 1, 2, 3. That's 15. Then I'll do 5 of the myrrh. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll give this a good stir. It smells kind of woodsy. This frankincense to me smells like that, but it is so wonderful for your skin. And with all of this mixture and the tallow, people love it. That's why I sold out. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this mixture in a glass bowl, like so. And I'm going to put it in the freezer real quickly. And the reason you do that is because sometimes when you're making tallow balms or tallow butters, your solution can get a bit gritty. And that tends to avoid it getting gritty. So I'm going to put this in the freezer for about... Hi there, we're back. I just wanted to give you an update. This anti-aging balm that we just made has been in the refrigerator about 20 minutes, been in the freezer, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's still a little bit jiggly. However, I like to take it out at this point and scrape the edges, which I don't know if you can see, but if you scrape the edges, you won't have clumps in it later. So I'll do that, and then I'll go ahead and give it a little quick whisk with this. Just a little bit. Whip it just a little. And now, because it's kind of runny, so I'm going to put it back in the refrigerator now, not in the freezer, because it's cold. The temperature is not warm at all. So I'll put it back in the refrigerator for maybe another 30 minutes and then see what it's like, and I'll whip it again. Because if you leave the edges, it can have clumps in it if it's too solid. So it's got to be just the right consistency to have a nice whipped balm. So we'll see you back shortly. Hi guys, I'm back. Our anti-aging balm has been in the refrigerator for about another 20 minutes, and as you can see, it's getting pretty solid now. So I'm gonna scrape the edges with my little spatula, scrape the edges so it doesn't get too hard around the edge, and then I'm gonna go ahead and give it another light whisk. And we'll see what it's like. If it gets like a creamy whippy butter, then we can jar it up and put labels on it. But I don't think it's quite ready yet. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and whip this up. Another thing, if it gets too hard, it's hard to whisk. I don't know if you can see. See what it's doing now. Right now it's creamy. It's very creamy. But I want it to be more like a whipped body balm or body butter or face butter. So now, I don't know if you can see the consistency. It's kind of creamy. I'm going to put it back in the refrigerator and let it get a little more cold and solid, and then I'll whip it again, and then it should be the correct consistency, and it will usually stay that way. If you whip it too much, it can fall. So it's got to be just right. Hi guys, I'm back. I just wanted to give you an update on our anti-aging tallow balm that we had in the refrigerator for another 20 minutes. So it was in the freezer for 20, then the refrigerator for 20, and now it's been in the refrigerator for another 20 or 25 minutes. So I whipped it one time already, and now the consistency is a little bit firmer, but not too firm to where I can't whip it. You want to make sure you scrape the edges of your bowl so you don't have any chunks of hard tallow in your balm or in your jars. So this looks like a wonderful consistency. I'm going to whip it. I don't know if you can see that. I'll show you this. Okay, this is about the way I like it, and my customers like it. It's a consistency like that, like a little pudding. I've got my jars here that I've sanitized, and they're ready to go, because I am going to be selling this. You want to make sure everything is sanitized. And what I do is, I have these little bags. I have a glass. I stick it down in there. I'll put the edge of this over the glass, like so. And then I'll put my product inside here as best I can. And I should get about maybe 4 or 5 jars with the amount that we made. Remember, it was about 1 cup, a little over a cup of tallow. It was 1/8 of a cup of the apricot kernel and 1/8 of a cup of the castor oil, and then my vitamin E and frankincense and myrrh, and that's pretty much it. I put a little bit of kokum butter in this one, but I'm not really going to call it a body butter, because it's really not, because there's not enough to make a difference. But it did make it just a tad firmer, just a wee bit for the summertime. So right now I can't get all of this in there. So this is what it's like. You put it in there. You want to kind of squish it down as best you can. Then you get some scissors. You cut the end off. Whoop, just like so. And now, I don't know if you can see this, but we are going to put it in our jars. And this is the way I do it. Just put it in the jars, like so. And then I'll tap it. Tap, tap. Fill it up a little bit more. And then I'll weigh it. And these are 2-ounce jars. So normally, hold on 1 second. Normally they're 1.6 ounces when they're full. And the way you do this, if you're selling it or marketing or mailing or whatnot, you weigh your jar first. Write that number down. You weigh your jar full. Write that number down and subtract the 2, and you only put on, when you see 1 ounce or 2 ounce or 3 ounce, you're only seeing the contents of that jar. So when you're mailing, you don't have to mail the weight of all of it together, including the lid. So right now, this will do I do ounces and grams. That's the way it needs to be labeled if you're going to be shipping it or whatnot. So empty, that's 2.9 to 3 ounces. We'll say that's a 3-ounce jar. Okay, full, it is 1.6. So I took off, it would be 4.6 if I put them both on there together. 4.6 is what it is. So the contents of this is 1.6. So I got it perfect. And that's what I will put on the label, even though it's a 2-ounce jar. So there you have it. That's it for the anti-aging, and that's how you. Hi guys, it's me again. I just wanted to give you my final update on the anti-aging balm that we made today. With the ingredients that we put in it, we got 4 full jars, and I'm fixing to fill up another one. It may be filled up to the top, but it may not. It looks like we're going to get about 5 full jars, and then we have a little bit left in here that I can use for samples. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that's how much it makes with your 1 cup and basically 1/4 cup of other oils other than tallow. And you know, a lot of time and a lot of effort goes in these. It comes from the heart, but it's absolutely wonderful for your skin, and you will notice a difference when you use it. You can find this at the markets when I go to the markets, or you can find it online at my website at mountainvalleytallow.com, or I have an Etsy shop too. It's MB Tallow Skincare at Etsy.shop, I believe. But anyway, just letting you know, a lot of heart and effort goes in it. That's why it's called small batch. This is really small batches, but when you get over 2 cups, or if you try to make a larger batch, the consistency, it just doesn't really work out. So this is more personable. It's a much better end product, and I hope you guys enjoy these videos, because I love not teaching, but showing you how I do it. And I will show you my epic fails too, because that happens, and sometimes you have to redo everything. And you can put this, if it messes up or if it's not the right consistency, as it sits in these jars, after you cap it, the consistency will get a little bit harder. You can put it in the refrigerator if need be. Keep it in a cooler if you're at the market and it's too hot. But I hope y'all enjoy this. We'll see you next time. So now you just make your labels. I usually make a 2 by 2 inch label for the top of the jar and a 1.25 by 2.25 label for the side of the jar. I get my labels at Amazon for Munbyn printer, MUNBYN. It's a thermal printer that connects with my iPad really good, and it works nicely. You don't have to buy ribbons for it because it's a thermal printer and you don't have a ribbon. So if you're looking for a good economic way to print your labels, that's a good way to do it. And Canva has plenty of wonderful templates that you can use to create your labels and do whatever you need to do as far as that goes. All right, thanks again for watching. Have a nice day.